A few weeks ago, I went down to Kansas City to shoot a wedding, and while I was down there, I thought that I would take some time for myself and do a little early morning photo walk. Let me show you how it went. Hey, I'm Raymond, host of the Beginner Photography Podcast, and welcome to my Fuji photo walk, where I go out, take some photos, take some behind-the-scenes shots, and then I show you how it went, all in the hopes that you can take away something from maybe one of my mistakes or a lesson that I learned and apply it to your photography, start taking better photos. So when I got a chance to shoot a wedding this past few weeks ago, I jumped on the chance. When I went to film school in Los Angeles, one of my favorite things in the entire world was when I would wake up early in the morning and go roam the streets. Then between like 5 and 7 a.m., it was a ghost town. And I always love that feeling of like, wow, this city is mine. Like I could do whatever I want right now. It was the only time where you could be outside and still feel like you had the space to think for yourself. Even though I really did not want to set my alarm for 5 a.m., wake up and get out because I knew that it was going to be kind of cold and all that stuff, I still did it because I knew in the end that this is one of those things that fulfill me creatively. So knowing that I was going to go out and that I was going to photograph early morning, there were a few things that I wanted to make sure that I captured. Empty streets, signs of people, and that transition from dark to light, to sunrise. I was really happy with how these photos turned out. One of the things that I really focus on in photography is my composition. I think to me, composition is what slows me down enough to really look at what's happening in front of me and try to make it the best that I can in a photo. So the subject in this photo is clearly the building here. I thought that it looked beautiful, it looked kind of regal. So I thought, how can you make this stand out? And there's really two ways of making something stand out. You either put them on a backdrop of nothing, or you fill in the background so that it's going to direct your eye to your subject. But with the traffic light, because that's only in the empty space, so when you fill up that empty space, once again, you're directing your eye to the subject. And then also with this crosswalk sign right here, just drawing your eye directly to the center of the frame where this beautiful building is. Here is the straight out of camera. It's really close to what it is that I wanted, but of course, once you bring it in the edit, that's where you put your signature on it. And I really love these colors. I always have this reoccurring dream that I wake up and everybody on Earth is just gone. And of course, while that idea, like long term, is terrifying, there's an element of excitement in those first few moments of like the world is mine. I can do whatever it is that I want. So remember in the beginning where I said that I wanted to capture empty streets, signs of life, and then the transition from night to dawn. I think that this photo pretty much perfectly sums it up. I love this shot. Not only is there a big KC for Kansas City, obviously, but we are in that time where if you look at this photo, first of all, there's nobody. It's an empty street. Like, look at how dark the sky is up here from the night before. And we got the sunrise coming up here on the right side of the image. This isn't nighttime. This is early morning. We are at the start of a fresh, new day. And to me, I love this photo. One thing that I think that we do in photography is that we will try to overcomplicate things. We'll try to add in so much. This is a parking garage. Seemingly not very interesting, right? But what I love about this shot, not only is that beautiful sun coming in from the side, clearly morning's coming, it's on its way, get ready, but also just the simple lines of this building right here. And that's what it's all about. I don't have to tell you, but we all, are wearing masks. But a shot like this, it's very clean, it's very simple, but it's a sign of our times of where we're at. And I don't think that, you couldn't have taken this photo 2 years ago, and I don't think that you're going to be able to take it in another 2 years. So this is almost like a time capsule of where we're at in humanity right now. What is the main subject of this photo right here? This is one of those things that I think oftentimes people, they'll see something that they love, right? And this happens quite often with new photographers. I know that it happened with me. You'll recognize that you love something that you're looking at, but you're not entirely sure exactly what that is. Again, what is the subject of this photo right here? It's the sunlight. Now, I could have just taken a photo pointed directly at the sun, but that wouldn't have been as impactful. If you go out before you shoot and you tell yourself, the 3 things that you want to capture, the themes that you want to capture, and in this case for me it was, empty streets, signs of human life, but then also that transition from night to day. If we look at this photo here, a building is going to be a sign of life, right? But also I wanted the empty streets. If you look at the building, it's empty inside. And the sun coming up is that transition from night to day. So while this photo right here might not hang in a gallery, or I might not sell prints of this photo fits perfectly into my 3 themes of what it was that I wanted when I went out on this photo walk. So it works. Now I want to show you something, and that is the power of editing. So this is the after photo. This is the photo that I achieved, right? But the photo that came out of camera, womp womp, it's just not as impressive, But this is where knowing your camera, knowing how it is going to see light, knowing what it is going to capture is going to be beneficial to you, because now you can see something, you can take a photo of it, realize that it's not what it is that you want in your camera, but in the edit, you can make it exactly how you want it. But the bones of this photo, it's like 95% of the way there. And then it's just small tweaks to get it to 100. If you become proficient with Lightroom or whatever editing system that you're using, figure out, what tweaks that it is that you like to make. You can achieve a look that is entirely different and yet very close to true to the eye or true to your photographic vision. Over the past 10 years as a wedding photographer, I've created a lot of presets for myself. So I have created 52 free Lightroom presets that I want to give to you for you to try out on your own photos. Most people don't know this, but they have a gold mine of photos that they've already taken. They just need to get there with some basic editing. And that's exactly what I designed these presets to do for you. So for this one right here, I just used one of my favorite presets, which is just called Fields of Gold. It gives that nice, beautiful, rich golden color and a little bit of extra contrast. I like the way that it looks. But anyway, I got 52 free presets that you can download right now by just heading over to freephotographypresets.com. Just click the link, download them, they're yours right away. Get started, create something unique, and speed up your Lightroom editing workflow. And as you can see, they work on mobile as well. This was actually the last shot that I took of the day. I parked in the parking lot of this coffee shop right here, and when I was done, I walked in the coffee shop, and oh my gosh, these big, beautiful windows. The light was pouring in, and it just felt so warm and inviting. But still, with a photo like this, we have very clean, simple lines. It's not very distracting. What we're looking at here is obviously the main subject is the sun. This one has people in it, but I don't think that they take away from the overall photo. They're pretty small in the frame compared to the rest of the frame, which is lots of geometrical shapes, bright sunlight, and very minimal colors. I'm super happy with how all these photos turned out. But you tell me, is this something that, like, you know, are these photos more powerful to me because they remind me of a specific feeling that you have when the streets are empty, or do you like any of these photos? I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And also, tell me if you like to get out early morning and take photos. Like, when is your favorite time to get out and shoot? Is there a time when you feel most creative to get out, or is just simply being out of the house shooting enough for you? All right, that is it for this video. Until next time, get out and shoot something. Stay safe.